welcome to episode 5, day 10 of the P&O Ventura Canary Island cruise. If you watched the end of last episode, then you'll know me and Beth ended up getting pretty ill. So we didn't end up recording yesterday because even though we was cleared by the nurse, we still felt pretty badly yesterday. But we are I think we're on the last of it now. So we are going to go to breakfast to see if we can stomach anything to eat today. And how are you?
Fine.
Fine?
Knotted up, but I'm fine.
No, she's bloody ill. I don't know, she's got a cold from. We're in the bloody Mediterranean.
Middle of nowhere.
Middle of nowhere. And how are you feeling?
Me?
Yes.
Alright, I think.
Alright, I think.
Hungry.
Right, let's go to breakfast. I'll tell you this for a fact. Just been for breakfast. It's dead. I've got a feeling everyone's bloody ill.
We've seen probably 30 people.
If that, and what, thousands on the ship? Mental. The ship has put loads of these little stations out for hand sanitizer.
They've been out the whole time, haven't they?
Yeah, to be fair, they have. It's just if people are using them. Like now, I'm bloody touching every button with my bloody shirt, just in case. I don't want to catch anything or get any other illness that's going around. It's just annoying. So we are all trying to figure out what we're doing today, because today is a sea day. Beth's burping herself.
No, yeah.
And Mama's doing some dancing. Oh, you can't see it. There you go. Look at her. She's swaying along. Look at her. But I think we're going to go and have a look at the shops again. And also have a walk around the promenade deck. Because I don't think I brought you guys around the promenade deck yet. So yeah, we're going to have a slow walk around there, I think. With a bag full of perfume acquired, we have found a sale. We've just gone on promenade deck, but half of it's bloody closed. So there's no point actually going around there just yet. If you are new to cruises, you get this thing called the Horizon. Well, on the P&O cruises, get this like little magazine every day called the Horizon, where it will show you basically what's on for today. What are you doing? Climbing all over bed? How old are you?
It's how she gets in bed.
You what?
It's how she gets in bed.
Well, anyway, it's bugger all on. We're just like now, chilling in a room, thinking, don't get me wrong, the sun is nice and warm out there, but it's very windy today. So if we do go upstairs and sit on the lounger, we're only going to be cold because of the wind. So now we're just like, we're stuck on what to do. Got any ideas? Mama's reading.
Well, you're doing the puzzles.
These two can read, but there's me just like twiddling my thumbs. I tell you what, this is why we're up like people are getting ill. We've just had an announcement asking for people to go back to the cabin and to dial a number to say that they're back in the cabin. But what's happening is people are getting ill and then going back out in the cabin, not staying in the cabins and isolating themselves, and instead spreading the bloody germs. And this is why we got bloody ill in the first place, I reckon. But obviously, we're all right now. That's why we're going back out. But yesterday, we stayed in the cabin all day to isolate ourselves, so we didn't spread it. But yeah, it's just annoying. If you get ill on the ship, stay in your cabin.
Yeah, but you know, if you go out again and catch it again,
Go on.
the one their arse is kicking up.
Yeah, you're right. I am yet to see how long it takes from walking one side of the ship to the other side. I might have to test that later.
Hey?
So this is what happens when you're on, what is it, sea day, and you get bored.
Come on.
Now, I'm not going to lie, it's been just about all day. There's not been nothing to bloody record all day. So I thought, why not do a section of this vlog and basically kind of do a Q&A for the guys that haven't been on a cruise ship before and try and maybe answer some of the questions you have. Now, I haven't got internet, so I can't I can't put out a post, so I'm just going to guess the normal kind of questions you get asked about going on a cruise for the first time. So if you do have any other questions that we don't answer in this part of the video, then drop them in the comments below and we'll be sure to get back to you. There we go. Right then, what should we start with first? Do you get seasickness? This is my 4th time. I've never got seasickness. Have you?
Yeah.
You have? When?
On the way to Norway with Mama.
So that's a point. So this is, yeah, the smaller the boat, the more it rocks, the more you're probably going to get seasickness. So if you are worried about that, go on a bigger boat. If you're going to go with P&O, then Arvia is probably a good choice, or Iona. They're kind of the same boat, just like brother and sister ships. So if you go on if you're bigger the boat, the less you feel. Smaller the boat, the more you feel. So yeah, like we keep thinking now, we keep thinking this is like really rocky, but we've just got used to Arvia, which is obviously a bigger boat. Next question. Wait, have you ever got seasickness?
No,
You've never got
Yeah, you
seasickness?
did.
I've never had seasickness.
When we went to Norway.
I wasn't sick.
No, I wasn't sick, but it made me feel ill.
You just got upset stomach, but I wasn't sick. I mean, this is my, what, 11th time?
I don't
11th cruise.
And I've never been seasick.
That's alright then.
Some people just have sea legs though.
Yeah.
Oh, I did get a question before. Can you bring alcohol onto the cruise ship? Now, I can't talk for every cruise ship, every cruise ship company, but with P&O ships, you're allowed.
You can bring a litre bottle of
Wine.
sparkling wine or champagne. You used to be able to bring spirits, but you can't now. You can bring wine, sparkling wine or champagne to have in your cabin. If you're over 21,
You've got to be over 21?
yeah, because some of them go to America and you've got to be over legal drinking age in America.
Ah.
So if you're over 21, or that might just apply to the ones that go to America actually, but you can bring 1 litre each.
Of wine, Prosecco, or
Yeah.
something like that.
But-
You're not allowed to bring spirits.
No, we used to.
Yeah, you used to be able to. You can't do it no
Or-
more.
If you bring a specific wine or champagne or Prosecco or whatever and you want to have it with your tea, there's a £20 corkage fee. So they charge you £20 to open your bottle of wine that you've bought from England
Really?
to serve at your table, yeah.
Yeah.
So you can buy like a £4.50 bottle of Prosecco from Lidl and it's £20 to drink it with your meal.
That's ridiculous. I didn't even know that.
Bad, innit? No, I read the T's and C's, I do.
Bloody hell.
So it's better told me in cabin.
Yeah.
You can get pissed up in cabin. So one thing that's different about going on a ship than going on like a aeroplane holiday is, like Mama just said,
There's no hanging about.
there's no hanging about. Once you basically get to the port, you put your suitcase into, well, you just give your suitcase off to a man and he takes it and he puts it into like a conveyor belt, and then you don't see it again until you get onto the ship. So I say you get onto the ship, it's in the front of your cabin, it's in front of your door, about, I don't know, let's say half an hour after you get onto the boat.
Well, it depends. It
Yeah.
depends, doesn't it? Because yours and Mama's cases came pretty quickly, but mine didn't come for a little while this time.
No, but they are normally pretty quick.
Well, they are
you get
very
them
efficient.
quick.
Yeah.
They're efficient in the port as well.
Yeah.
Like, have you told them about what the man said this time? How we had to wait about, and he said he'd come and get us. Have you told him about that?
Had to wait about.
We showed our boarding passes to the man when we got to port, didn't we? And he
Yeah.
says you've got to wait for a bit, guys, but depending on the flow, if it's quick, we'll
We'll
like
come and
wait
fetch
down in the arrivals and we'll come and get
Oh,
you.
okay. So you're on about when you actually arrive at the
Yeah.
port.
Yeah.
So
We
when
was here at 11:30.
so what they're all on about is when you book your cruise, you'll end up coming out with on your port day what time to arrive.
You don't get it until 3 weeks before you go though.
Yeah. So when you get that is the time that you should arrive, and if you arrive any earlier, you technically have to wait until until you can board.
But sometimes they'll let you through.
Yeah, but with us, luckily, they said to us basically go and wait in this
In the
arrivals place terminal, and if there was any spare waiting room waiting room, spare time, then they'll let us in.
Basically, depending on the flow of people coming
Yeah.
and how quickly they got through people that had priority boarding and earlier boarding than us, because our boarding was at 2:30.
Yeah.
That you can start boarding at 11:30.
Yeah. But we sat at our dinner table. What time would it be? 12:15
We were sat eating lunch at 12:30 on the ship.
on the ship, having a dinner.
You go through into the terminal, don't you?
Yeah.
And you
You have your passport check.
there was no line. You had your passport check, and we were being seen to and getting through onto the boat by the time the bus, like the coaches,
Yeah.
were turning up with
Yeah.
people on from services. So we did pretty well.
We did well.
We did.
I mean, I heard people moaning not long after we got on. I heard people moaning, saying that they had to wait 40 minutes in the line. And I thought 40 minutes is nothing.
It's nothing.
Yeah.
I mean, when we went to Benidorm, our flight was at what, 10 o'clock in the morning, and we got to the airport at 3.
Yeah.
So 40 minutes to wait in a line is nothing when you can get straight on the boat and start your holiday.
To be fair, once you do get in that line to actually get onto the boat, it takes no time at all. The line might be huge, but they get you through so quickly. It's actually insane.
It's the same with anything on a boat though. You can be in
Yeah.
a queue for dinner
Yeah.
and it's really long,
Yeah.
and you think, oh my god, it's gonna be ages, and it's not.
Yeah.
You're like 10 minutes if that.
It does go very,
Every
very
time.
quick. No matter what you're doing, if there's like 100 per person queue, that it goes very, very quick. They're very efficient. If you've been watching from the start, then you'll know if you actually treat staff right, treat them
With respect,
with
basically.
respect.
Treat them like a human being.
Yeah. They will they'll treat you just as well back.
They bend over backwards, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Just like this time, like a couple of, once again, if you've been watching, you'll know that a couple of cruises ago, before I started vlogging these cruises, we met a waiter called Magat, and we've been talking ever since. Turns out he was on this cruise ship, and he's come along, we found him, and he's come to say hi again. And then basically Magat's told another guy that has been working with on this ship called Rowett, and since then Rowett's been looking after us. Not saying that I can't blame that, not blame it, but can't give all that Magat.
Give credit to Magat for it because you spoke to Rowett first.
Yeah,
didn't you?
when we first got on the ship, Rowett was basically one of the first waiters I spoke to.
First person you saw, you said, "Do you know someone called Magat?"
Yeah. But ever since then we've clicked, and ever since then he's been looking after us ever since. When we go into the dinner, going to like the main restaurant. Now this might apply for only P&O ships. Like we are, like once again, I've only ever been on P&O, but the way you actually actually pay for things on the ship is through like your cruise card. Now that's the same card that you get into your room with. Is like, so you say you
scan on and off the ship with it.
Yeah, you scan on, you do everything with this card. You don't use any other credit card, nothing.
Pay for the shuttle bus with it.
Yeah. If you basically want to order a drink, you show them the card, and it all comes out of that. Now and then at the end, obviously, you get your statement through of how much you have to pay. Now you can either pay individually or whoever's card you use.
You get onboard spend as well.
Yeah. That's another thing. Depending on the package that you got with the cruise, you get onboard spend. So before you actually start paying any extra money on top of what you've already got with your onboard spend. So like, for example, let's say you get £200 onboard spend. Before you actually start paying any of your, own
Well,
money.
we got £460 onboard spend this time.
Yeah.
And before we actually started.
And before you start using your own money, you pay for everything with that. So you can put it towards anything apart from the arcade.
Yeah.
Or the casino.
No, the
Kids arcade.
casino. Oh no, the casino you can't.
No,
either.
you can't. You have to. Yeah. You can't
You can't
spend
use your
any.
onboard spend towards the casino or the arcade.
Yeah.
But you can use it on the spa.
You can. Yeah.
You can use it on drinks. You can use it on the duty free.
Yeah. If there's any perfume you want, or for me, for example, I've got some bloody Ray-Bans, and so it's like I got a pair of Ray-Bans for free.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then you get your onboard spend, and you don't get any discount on that, but you get loyalty tiers for how many cruises you've been on. Well, actually, it's how far you've been into it, Mama.
Yeah. Yeah, but when you first get on, you get 5%.
Yeah.
You start off with that.
Yeah. So you start having like a loyalty build up, depending on your cruise line.
You get a tier.
And if the more you go on, the more miles you do, the higher the tier you get, and then the more money, more percentage you can actually get off your final bill.
So Mama gets 8.5% knocked off anything that you spend over your onboard spend.
Yeah.
So it could be she buys a coffee from Costa and it's £5, she'll get 8.5% knocked off that. It could be she buys a bottle of Sauvage from the duty free that's £150, she gets 8.5% knocked off that.
Yeah.
But that comes through on your statement. You can go and ask for your statement to be printed off, or if you're on like the My Holiday thing, you can keep a check on it. But I think it only works if you log in with your card. You can see what you spent on your card. You can't see what you spent for the room. So like you've logged in with your card, haven't you?
Yeah.
You can only see what you spent on your card.
But if you're the main, if you're the lead passenger, you get to see everything that's been spent.
Yeah. And on like newer ships like Arvia, I'm assuming Iona as well, you can check on the telly.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can,
Yeah, you could.
But you can't on here. Well, we haven't found it anyway, have we?
We're on Ventura, by the way, if you haven't already known.
They used to, but they probably stopped it.
Well, with people having the app as well. And people's phones are newer than these tellies that are in these rooms now, so it's probably a bit quicker into it.
What other
But
questions?
no, you basically, we didn't finish explaining.
Oh.
Anything you spend over your onboard spend, you go at the end of the holiday, you can either, so when you book and you do your online check-in and stuff like that, you can either attach a card to your room or like per person, and then if you don't go and pay it up at the end of the holiday, it will just come out of your account or come out of your credit card or whatever.
And you pay it when you get home.
And you pay it when you get home, or you can take cash to reception and pay it up like the night before you come away. Yeah. There's some stuff that like is good to know for like differences between the ships. Like if you go on something older than Iona, you don't have refillable water stations.
No.
You can't refill your water up at a water station.
Yeah, and you don't really want to be using the taps.
No, you don't want to use the
You
tap
kind
water.
of advise not to use the taps. It's kind of that's the kind of thing with everywhere, really, isn't it?
But anything older than Iona, I don't think we've got refillable water stations on the ship. There are water, what do you call
Dispensers?
them? Yeah, like juice and stuff you can get in the morning. But you aren't allowed to, obviously because of health and stuff, you aren't allowed to put your water bottle under the nozzle. So if you want to fill up your water bottle, you have to fill up a mug and then tip it into your water bottle, which is difficult. And it's just a way for them to get you to buy water, because you don't actually have to buy water to have in your cabin, don't you?
Yeah.
Like if you run out of water. I mean, you can bring water in from land, they don't really care, but it don't last you very long when you're somewhere hot. So if you run out, and like today we ran out of water this morning from buying it online the other day. It's a sea day, so we will be able to buy water tomorrow in Cadiz, but not until tomorrow. And obviously we've been wanting some water all day, so we've ordered some water.
Yeah.
And they do a deal, which isn't really a deal. And it's £8.65 for 6 500ml cans of water.
It's water.
You can choose from still or sparkling.
Yeah.
Hey up, we've got an announcement. With that interruption, I'm going to conclude this section of the video of the Q&A. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah, stop over. They'll understand.
I'm so mind boggled right now. But yeah, if you've got any other questions, drop them down in the comments below and I'll sure to get to you. Did I say that right? Get back to you?
No, you didn't say get back to you at all.
Well, anyway, tonight is a black tie night. But can you see that me wearing a black tie? Absolutely not. Because we went to go and have a look what's on for dinner tonight. And none of us was, once again, fancying any of it. So we've ordered food to the room again. Even though I think we still are on about getting dressed up for this evening, because we have actually finally found a piece of entertainment. I say a piece of entertainment. There's a show on that we actually want to go and see. And if you want to go in there, you're going to have to dress up for it. So let's eat our dinner, which is right here, and get dressed for this evening. What's that? She's bent over bed. What are you doing?
I don't want to be on.
You don't want to be on?
Bit late for that. Put the 2 in.
You what? You've never known a cucumber to be that big?
That way. No.
Hey up, things are looking up. We're saying that we've not had much entertainment. We've just had the horizon, that piece of paper, through the door, and a guy called John Clegg, who was once on Britain's Got Talent. One second. That guy right there is on in the main theatre tomorrow, which is pretty insane because he kind of looks like me Uncle John. Call me Bond. Sam Bond.
No, Sam Bond's the taxi driver.
Oh yeah, it is actually. Either way, we're now just about getting, well, I said we were just about ready. She needs to put her frock on. She's got her frock on. You, who's she? All right then, Mama's got her frock on, and Beth, my fiance, is not got her frock on. She needs to put her frock on. Either way, I'm ready. Oh, here she comes. Watch our curses coming through. I don't know the words.
Well,
Either way, they both look beautiful.
that much is clear, you don't know the words.
But off to the theatre we go. Who is it we're going to see? I don't know, some
It's
magician
someone
comedian.
From Cirque du Soleil.
Who's that? Bloody hell, it's busy in here. The show commences. And we are back in our room. You right, girls?
It smells a bit. I forgot to put deodorant on.
Yes? No?
Don't be daft.
Yes, we're all right.
Can you undo my...
Hey up, she's stripping on camera.
Can you undo her necklace, please?
Well, we're not back just from the theatre. We actually went out to the Havana Club.
No, we went to Tamarind. We was going to watch the 70s Night of Ports. We didn't watch the 70s Night of Ports because Sam wanted to get up and leave. But we did, however...
It wasn't because I wanted to get up and leave.
See a little bit of, well, most of The Pursuit, which is just the chase, but for copyright reasons we can't call it that.
That was actually quite good to watch, to be fair.
It was frustrating.
What was it?
They shouldn't have been allowed to change their answers listening to the audience.
Oh yeah, to be
They
fair,
should
it
have
was.
failed with honour, like on the chase.
Yeah, you're right. They were getting the answers answered for them. But either way, we are back in the room now. And rewind, the show that we went to go and watch was what was it? Oh, what was his name?
Magician.
It was a comedy magician, but
It's on the.
One second. There we go. Michael Halverston.
Halverston. There's no T in it.
I'm dyslexic.
Where's the T in that?
Either way, he was pretty good. He wasn't too bad. I thought it was good anyway, but Mama reckons she's seen better.
I have seen better. You, for a start.
Me? Hey, I might have slippery fingers, but I'm not that slippery.
The expression you're looking for is sticky.
Oh,
I'm sure.
is that what I was meant to say?
Sticky fingers, it's when you pinch stuff.
That's what I was meant to say. Either way, she's like, you can see her getting undressed in the bloody mirror. She wants to get undressed on camera, she does. Either way.
Oh. Me?
Me?
Well, if you want me
I'm a
to get
female
undressed,
police
I'll do it.
officer.
No, don't go undressed. Either way, this is going to be the end of the video. Now, it is going to be the end of the video. Because, obviously, this was meant to, normally what I've been doing is putting 2 days of the cruise into one episode. But unfortunately, because we didn't record yesterday, because me and Beth wasn't very well,
Well,
this is the full episode. Well,
we weren't very well the night before.
yeah.
Yesterday we just isolated as a precaution, didn't we?
Yeah. But if you want to see us go to Cadiz, then make sure you subscribe to the channel, like this video, and the next video will be out very, very soon. So hit that notification bell for when we upload the next cruise vlog. I was forgetting what I was gonna say then. So yeah.
Any thoughts, Mama? Thought of the day.
Thought of the day.
I ain't got one. Tell him that joke.
What joke?
What that bloke told.
Oh no! So we sat up on we got into theatre, and a bloke came up to Mama, and he says, "Oh, what did he say? Oh, that's it." He says, "Oh, I've been to see a magician before, and a guy in the audience went, "Can you?" No, was it?
I think he told it the wrong way round.
Well, either way, I'm going to tell it my way.
Oh, well, you're not going to tell him the joke then, are you?
Well, a guy in the audience says,
No, you're getting it all wrong.
"Oh, bloody hell!" Go on, tell him the right way then.
Can you pull a rabbit out of a hat?
Says a magician. No, it says a magician in the audience at a comedian show. Go on, Mama. He says, "Can you pull a rabbit out of a hat?"
He said, "I can't pull a rabbit out of a hat, but I can get hair."
Go. But I can pull a hair out my arse crack.
Mama left her inhaler in the room.
Oh my God.
So that was a fun 5 minutes, thinking she was going to have a rasper attack.
She's loving that joke. You're going to hear that for the whole next year, the whole bloody rest of the year. But anyway, this is the end of the video. So I've already said it once, but I'll say it again. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you hit that like button. Subscribe if you haven't already, and we'll all see you next time. Indeed we will. Safe.